Thanks for joining us. I'm Randall Bennett. Microsoft has always been seen as the laggard behind Apple's iPod with their Zune line of portable media players, but now the company is striking back with a new set of portable media players, well, at least one, that looks to take upon some of the newest technology, or newer technology rather, and take on Apple in the portable media game. Is it going to succeed, or is it going to be another failure? Let's talk to a couple technology journalists who knows what they're talking about. Chris Ziegler from Engadget joins us. Chris, thanks for being with us.
Always a pleasure.
Also, Todd Haselton from Laptop Mags here. Todd, thanks for being with us as well.
Hey, good to be back.
So this is one of those endless problems that Microsoft has had. They've wanted to differentiate the Zune. Originally, they thought that, oh, social features are going to be the thing that's going to differentiate. Obviously, that didn't really come to pass. Now with the Zune HD, they're kind of swinging for the fences on a capacitive touchscreen. They're adding HD radio. Obviously, they're trying to be the next generation iPod Touch almost. Chris, what's your take? Do you think that Microsoft has a chance at being a differentiator, or is this another Me Too play?
Well, I think you're absolutely right. I think that Microsoft is trying to look into the future and say, you know, what is Apple going to do next with the iPod Touch? And, you know, nobody knows. Apple is always a mystery, but this is about their best shot. This is about the best they could do, right? The OLED was the right call. HD radio is kind of out there. I don't think that anyone would have guessed that, and HD radio hasn't taken off, so I don't know if that's really something that anybody cares too much about, but maybe this is the kind of device to make it popular. So I think that this is about the best they could have done. But the thing is, it's all about services, not the hardware. I think that it doesn't matter how good the hardware is. The first question out of the average consumer's mouth is going to be, does this work with iTunes? And we all know the answer to that.
That's a good point. Let's talk. So, Todd, do you use a portable media player right now?
Yeah, I do.
Which one are you rocking nowadays?
I have the little SanDisk mini clip thing.
Oh, wow. So you might be in the market for a capacitive OLED touchscreen capable media player. Is the Zune something that you're looking forward to, or do you think that you'd rather go with the iPod Touch?
No, you know, to be honest, I met with Glue the other day, and they make a lot of the iPod Touch games, and I think that's becoming really attractive to me, both in terms of gaming on my personal media player, and also because there are tons of applications.
Yeah.
And when you see the iPod Touch advertised, I mean, the first thing you see are games and apps, and it's not always about the music so much.
So what do you think it would take? Do you think a Zune app store or something like that would be what it would take to get you to convert over to the Zune, or do you think there's anything Microsoft could really do?
You know, I think that'd be a huge deciding factor. Definitely an app store, a game store. I know there's some mini games now, but a real game store just to add into the experience. And on top of that, I mean, with the 720p output and stuff like that, it'd be great.
Yeah, one of the things I keep, I've always said Microsoft has kind of abandoned Windows Mobile, and 6.5 is coming down the pipe in a week or two, or if it's not out already. I mean, I don't even know the launch schedule, to be honest. Chris, you probably know that better than me. But the Zune platform, it's not a bad-looking device. It's not a bad-looking platform. Chris, do you think that they could take Zune and kind of make that their new Windows Mobile kind of like centric thing? Like, should they focus more on the Zune platform rather than trying to fix what's wrong with Windows Mobile?
Not only could they do that, but I think that they are a bunch of insane idiots if they don't. What they've been able to do with Zune in general since the original device's launch is start with a clean slate because it's a new product and a new platform. And that's something that Windows Mobile has desperately needed for at least 3, 4, 5 years now. And if they could somehow seamlessly make that transition, whether it be in Windows Mobile 7 or 8 or 9 or 10, over to the Zune platform, I think that that's absolutely the right move to make. It looks so much better. And I think that I want to believe in my heart of hearts that that when you look at the Zune HD, you're looking at the future of Windows Mobile. Whether that's the case, we don't know yet, but I hope so.
Now, Chris, have you seen any of these hands-on impressions? I mean, on Engadget, I think it was Josh Topolsky from Engadget. Someone at Engadget, someone at Gizmodo's had hands-on with these things. Is there anything that sticks out from you from any of this coverage that you've kind of seen around?
Just the fact that it's a completely clean take on the UI. And granted, it still carries over some elements of the original Zune UI, and that's fine. It's always, in my opinion, been a very serviceable UI for a PMP, and I think that PMPs and modern smartphones are so closely related that if Microsoft continues to support two unrelated platforms for those, that's insane. It makes absolutely no sense. So,
Todd, what about you? Is there anything from the coverage that you've kind of seen floating around that has really stuck out to you and said, that is something interesting, even if it's not going to be your next device?
No, but I think that, and then we see Windows Mobile 6.5. I think the total revamping of the user interface is in the right path. That's something we'd like to see on a phone. The transitions between pages and different areas within Zune HD it looks great, and I think it's something that Microsoft should be putting in Windows Mobile 7 or onward, as Chris just said.
All right, so takeaways. Let's just do real quick. Do you think regular people will want this, Chris?
I think that when the average consumer sees the hardware and sees the inevitable marketing barrage for this product, the first thing they're going to say is, yes, this is something that I'm interested in. But then when they dig a little deeper and they realize, I hate to bring it up again, but when they realize that it's not compatible with iTunes, that's going to be a deal breaker for a surprising number of people.
Yeah,
and that's a huge barrier for Microsoft, not just now, but in the future.
Forever, that'll be a problem with them. I don't know, Todd, any final thoughts? Do you think people will actually like this?
Yeah, I think a good hook could be for, especially with Xbox 360 fans, is for Microsoft to announce games at E3, and we'll see if that happens.
Yeah, I mean, some people are saying that's inevitable, being the timing. I mean, D7's this week, so that's why they wanted to announce it or whatever. But, seeing how the timing for E3, which starts in, I think, a week or two, right? So we're right around the corner from that. We'll see if Microsoft has any more information on that. Guys, we're out of time, so we're going to leave it there. Chris Ziegler from Engadget, thanks for being with us. Also, Todd Haselton from Laptop Mag, thanks for being with us as well. I'm Randall Bennett from TechV, and you can subscribe to us on iTunes. We're actually going to be on a little bit of vacation now, so you can check back for some reruns. We also got some new shows coming next week, so we'll see you later.